Welcome to Test Taking Strategies Part 1, where we will be using the 2019 4th grade state science test to practice some test-taking strategies. In this video, we will be looking at the first of 3 strategies that will take place over 3 different videos. So if I were you, I would keep my work from this video to help me with the next 2 videos in the series. Let's dive in. In today's video, we will be reviewing test-taking strategies. The strategy that we're going to look at today is keywords. You're going to see a model, then we're going to do a couple guided practice questions, and then you'll get a challenge question. Keep a notebook with you so you can participate the whole time. So the first strategy that we're going to look at is keywords. So with keywords, we're going to be looking for the most important words in the question. You may have seen this strategy done before in ELA or in math. It is the same strategy, just applied to science. So if you're like, why am I practicing this here too? Because it's good practice for you to have, and you can use it for the next umpteenth years as you continue on with your testing. So anyway, keywords. You're going to look for the most important words and you're going to mark those words. Then you're going to restate the question in your own words, but still using the keywords or the definition of the keywords. So here's an example. Which process causes a giraffe to become taller? So my keywords I underlined are process, causes, and taller. Process I know means like how something happens, and causes is, let's see, here we go. Had to take a moment to think about it, and that's a-okay. Causes is what makes something happen. So I know that I'm looking for what process or how something happens. So what process makes a giraffe grow taller? Because become also, I want it to become, I want it to get taller. So once again, processes cause taller. Those are my keywords. I had to do a little bit of thinking work so I could figure out what they were and what they meant, and then restate it as a new question. What process makes a giraffe grow taller? Let's try this question. This question comes from the 2019 4th grade state test. So, the question is, the diagram below shows a pond near a forest. Which 2 objects labeled in the diagram are non-living? So the first thing I need to do is look for my keywords. Important word seems to be 2, objects, labeled, because I need to use my diagram or my picture, and non-living. Non-living seems super important because of the fact that it is both italicized and bolded. Okay, so 2, pretty straightforward. I need to have 2 objects or things. They need to be things that are labeled in the picture or diagram, and they need to be non-living, so not alive. So what are some of those things? Well, I'll get to that, but first I need to go through and restate my question. Find the 2 things in the picture that are not alive. So now that you've seen me go through and do one, let's try one together. So I'm going to read you the question, then you are going to pause the video, write down the keywords, and write your restated question in your own words using the keywords or the definitions of those keywords. When you're done, unpause the video and you'll be able to see the answer on the next slide. A basic need of both plants and animals is. A basic need of both plants and animals is. Pause the video here, Write down your keywords, write down your restated question, then unpause to find out the answer. The keywords for the prompt. A basic need of both plants and animals is our basic need, plants, animals. Now, when I did my restate, I made sure to include plants, animals, and need, but I didn't include basic. Maybe you can see what word I replaced basic with. What do both plants and animals need to survive? I have need, and I replaced basic with survive. Surviving is just the basic form of living, so I put my own twist on the question while still keeping the meaning the same. Head on to the guided practice number 2. Here is your second guided practice question. I'm going to read you the question. Then you are going to pause the video. Write down the key words and the restated question in your notebook. When you're done, unpause the video to find out the answer. The diagram below shows the development of a butterfly. This sequence of changes is called. The diagram below shows the development of a butterfly. This sequence of changes is called. Pause the video here, write down your keywords and your restated sentence or question, then unpause to find out the answer. The keywords for the prompt. The diagram below shows the development of a butterfly. The sequence of changes is called. R. Sequence of change called. The restate that I came up with was, what is the name of the timeline of changes? I replaced both sequence and called. Instead of having called, I have the name, because I know called means it's probably the name of something, especially in science. And I also have, instead of sequence, I have the timeline of changes, because I know sequence means timeline. So, the question still means the same thing, but I've put it in my own words so I know exactly what the vocabulary is asking me to find. Now it's time for the challenge. I'm going to read you the question, then you are going to write down the keywords, and you're going to use those keywords and their meanings to restate the question in your own words. As the length of daylight shortens and the temperatures cool, geese and other birds fly south from New York State. This behavioral change is known as the length of daylight shortens and the temperatures cool, geese and other birds fly south from New York State. This behavioral change is known as. Pause the video here to complete your work. The keywords for the prompt. As the length of daylight shortens and the temperatures cool, geese and some other birds fly south from New York State. This behavioral change is known as. The keywords are behavioral changes, length of the day, shortens, cool, fly south. There's a lot of keywords in this one. I'm really looking for behavioral change, and the other ones are, they're what the behaviors are that are changing. So the restate is going to be pretty long too. What is the change in behaviors called when the days get shorter and the birds fly south? I just simplified the question, figured out what I was being asked, made sure to include all the very important words, the keywords, in my restate. Good luck!